What up, though? And welcome back to I'm Growing Man. It's your man, John D. in the building. How's everybody doing today? Back out here in these streets trying to come up with this content to keep people motivated to be great on purpose. Today, I want to talk about my professional career. Those of you that don't know, I am a teacher. I'm a middle school math teacher. Been in education for about 22 years. And this is the first time in my professional career that I'm not looking to move up or look for an increase in pay. I'm just in the place where I'm trying to master my craft. And those of you that's been following know that I focus on communication on a daily basis. And I'm trying to improve so that people can receive the message versus finding conflict in what I say. So versus me just like winging it, I take pride in actually finding ways to improve. I really want to talk about the things that I do to improve daily. I work on different forms of communication, first of all. And if you've been watching my past episodes, I'll be talking about my facial expressions. And recently I was in a meeting and I was afraid that people were looking at my face because I wasn't at work. And, you know, you hear certain type of responses and I'm just like, and I didn't think of nothing of it. And it wasn't like the responses were bad. It was just me just responding like really, like it wasn't bad, but it was just from my experience. I'm like, I have to keep in mind that people don't have the experience that I have and expectations are different. So I've been working on my facial expressions regularly now because I don't want anybody to misread what I truly mean. And a lot of my facial expressions come from bad behaviors and bad habits from my childhood. You know, just like when somebody say something that might be completely different how you thought, and you just like looking like one of those looks like, are they serious? And I don't want to do that anymore. And specifically because when I'm talking to students, if I'm talking to students and they say something crazy, I don't want my face to reveal like it was something like, why did you say that? I want them to be able to feel free when they speak to me. I want them to be comfortable. Them being comfortable with me allows me to be able to give them more information because they're more likely to listen to what I have to say. So I'm always just trying to find ways to improve how I deliver my message. Recently, in the past few weeks, I've had a lot of students find me on social media and they started following me. So it makes me feel really good that my content is enough for them to follow. It's pretty much just hitting them double times because I'm preaching the same message during the day. It just happens to be focused around math. And I'm just in a place where I want to be really good at math. So I listen to math audiobooks pretty much every day now. I want to develop a background in math, even though I have the degrees that say that I'm good at math, but to be able to deliver the math to others for them to receive, that's what I'm working on. You know, I can answer some math questions, but to show other people how to do it for them to be like, oh, that is the most difficult part because like I said earlier, I've always been looking to move up or find ways to increase my pay. And now I can just focus on the craft of teaching, specifically math. I think the key point to being successful in the way that I want, I think communication plays a significant role because I'm in middle school. It's a lot of hormones. It's a lot of, you know, social activities where kids feel like they're supposed to be a part of, hitting back and forth, name calling. You know, it's the time where parents feel like they're supposed to let up on their kid because they feel like they're maturing. Well, in fact, parents should remain just as proactive as they were when they were in elementary school. Middle school kids, they want to be adults, but they still cry like babies. So parents, I'm telling you, you need to talk to your kids every single day, be the safe place they need. Your expectations of the kids, they don't want to disappoint you. And if they're disappointing you, you need to find a new way to support them because no kid wants to fail on purpose. Not one of them. I know people say that they're doing it on purpose, but I don't know anybody who literally wants to fail on purpose. Like, what kind of feeling is that where you want to fail on purpose? Is just like feel like you're a disappointment. So to me, I feel like it's the parent and whoever is supervising these kids at home. You have to create a place for them to be able to vent, share things with you, because you have more information than them. And if they're scared of you, they won't reveal that information to you because they're afraid they may get in trouble, or you may get mad at them, and they don't want to do that. So parents, those of you that listen, please be the safe space your kids need. I know you're thinking about tough love, but tough love, I don't believe that tough love is the best way to teach a kid. I think if you asked anybody, including yourself as a child, if there was a way for somebody to talk to you and you understood the message, you would have learned it. But being that our parents weren't the best communicators in the world, it put us in a position where we thought that they knew what they were doing, and we practiced those same habits. And being a parent now, I noticed that I have to become better, or I'm going to create this trauma that I developed over the years from my childhood. And I don't want to do that to my kids. I know they're going to develop some type of trauma at some point if they don't already have it. But the goal for us is to let them come talk to us when they feel like things are getting out of control or overwhelming. I've noticed that a lot of my friends, they're in the therapy. They got the kids in the therapy. And I believe therapy is an awesome resource for anybody. No matter how good your life is, there are parts of your life that you don't know how to unpack. And if you give the opportunity for somebody who goes to school to learn, to ask the right questions, maybe you could learn more about yourself so that you could become an even better version of yourself. Becoming the better version of yourself requires intentional discipline. When I say that, I mean like all of your bad habits, find something to replace them with. Because if you don't, what type of example are you setting for your kids? So even with me, like I'm trying to be the best example for my kids, right? My own personal kids with me and my wife. But I want to be a better example for my students because they only see me an hour. And I want to give them everything that I give to my kids, because at this point in time, they probably won't find another educator with the background that I have as far as the travel and just the exposure of being in different states. I have an idea of how kids operate. And I'm not saying I understand everything, but I think I have a way with communicating with that age group, because majority of my career was in middle school. But yeah, I understand that age group. And to me, I feel like it's been difficult lately. I'm not going to lie. It's been difficult because I don't watch as much TV or listen to as much music. So it's very difficult to come up with things that we have in common. And right now, I've just been trying to teach them how to become successful through the work of effort. Like I told them, I'm like, a lot of them want to play sports. And I was like, if you really want to be good, you should be doing it every single day. If you're not doing it every single day, you're letting another person do it. So I do know that there are people that practice every single day on whatever they want to do, right? Why aren't you doing it? And I do believe that a lot of kids don't understand, because if their parents don't know the amount of work it takes to get there, how are they supposed to know? They can't know more than their parents, not at this age, of course. So what I'm doing is just trying, like, all the stuff that I study amongst anybody that's good in their field. The stuff that I incorporate in my life, I try to give to them. I said, if you want to do this, you should incorporate working on this no matter what, every single day, whether it's 5-10 minutes, whether you're sick, you're on vacation, it needs to get done. You have to keep the routine of improving, because if you don't, you're reducing the chances of you getting to where you want to get to. And that's what I tell my students. I tell them, I'm like, how can you get good at math if you don't even practice? The only time you practice math is when you come to my class. You can't get better like that. You have to put extra time in. And I've gotten to the point where they understand that. So I want to become a better teacher. So it's like, I'm going to math. Mr. Lewis about to teach me something. And recently, with my preparation, I can see the light bulbs going off. And I'm excited about what's to come. The year is winding down, 3 more months, and I'm excited about next year. Not rushing this at all, but I'm excited about the preparation I want to take for my students next year, because I didn't start out as a teacher this year. I was a math specialist, and I had the opportunity to go back in the classroom, and I took it. And I feel like I have grown as a person because I'm learning something with the intent of mastery. And I'm chasing this idea that I'm going to be really good at teaching math. And when I say that, like, I have a great relationship, great rapport with my students, but I want to give them this math so that they won't grow older and be like, I don't like math. I didn't have a good teacher in math. I want them to be like, I finally got a good teacher in math in middle school. He showed me how important it is. And I enjoy math. And what I want to show them, that math, if you're good at math, you're probably more likely to make better decisions, because it's all about calculations. If you look at this, is it in your best interest? It helps you think in a different capacity. A lot of people just think it's numbers and crunching, like statistics. But math is just regular decision making. Is this in my best interest? What are the consequences? If I go this way, is this more likely to happen? If I stay on this side, will it not happen? And as a seasoned adult, I want to teach them how to make better decisions so that when the time comes and they leave their house, their parents will be more confident with them going out in the world. A lot of parents are worried about the decision making of their kids, and I get it. I think about that, but I don't think about it as much because I'm doing everything I can to compliment my wife to help our kids become solid individuals that make great decisions. And I'm getting to the point where I'm doing everything I can, and I'm going to continue to move like that. So with my students, until the last day of school, I'm going to give them everything I can. And me being that example, I think will increase chances for these kids to maybe possibly become a teacher. I think that if students wanted to become a teacher, they would go to school with the intent of like really learning the content, learning the pedagogy of teaching, and reflect when they came through school. Because when I first got into teaching, I never thought I would teach. And then I realized how much the kids were in places that, when I say places, I mean like mentally in places that they couldn't read at grade level. They were years behind. And I'm like, how did this happen? And when I fell in love with that, I just wanted to be an educator and impact students to a different degree. Like I said, I've been doing this for 22 years. I took a break, a 2-year break, and it gave me the energy back. And now I just want to give everything to these kids. So going forward, as you guys continue to watch me, you're going to see a seasoned man become one of the greatest teachers ever. And I want to just teach not only math, but how to make better decisions to succeed in life. I want to use my background and knowledge to give those students another opportunity to succeed. I guess this is going to be a short one. Y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action, or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose.